Aw, I bet you guys thought this was going to be a happy-go-lucky video of these beautiful flowers. Yes, this is very welcome sight to see new growth. And they're very beautiful, and everything that happened, we have roses in the yard. That's fantastic. But that's not this kind of video. This video is going to be a reality check. And I am not going to be doing any more videos of what's been going on here and everything that has happened and everything that is gross and nasty. This will be the last one showing any kind of sadness for now. This video is about preparing for any kind of disaster and what I've learned from it, how everybody should take a step back and a pause and rethink everything that they've been thinking. There are people out there that don't think that this is going to happen to them. And if you don't think that something's going to happen to you at some point in your lifetime, then you're delusional. So, right now, I'm going to give you some pointers of what I've learned from my mistakes and from where I feel I did okay. Or maybe better than okay. So, bear with me. I'm at the house. And the smell is unbelievable. It's disgusting. The inside of the house is basically hard to go in there because of the smell. It just is gut-wrenching. Like, it gets you. Well, you want to vomit. And the sight of it is heartbreaking. So, I want to do this so that maybe if some people that don't prepare for hurricanes, tornadoes, fires, blizzards, ice storms, power outages, whatever it is that you need to prepare for, I'm doing this video for you. And those of you who've prepared for years, I hope even if you just take one thing away from this, then you're one step closer to success of your survival. So bear with me on this, like I said, and I've made a few notes, and I hope that you find this video helpful. Okay, let's just start with the basics. Besides the normal stuff that you need to save for, your paperwork, your clothes, etc., etc., the normal stuff that people should have readily available in a moment's notice to leave with. This is besides that. And the number one thing at this point that I feel was important to me, besides those basic things, is footwear. Have footwear. And I mean footwear for everyone in your family. And that means footwear for rain and footwear for cold. And maybe even footwear for getting out if it is like a fire. So I think everybody should have something to protect their feet. If your feet are in pain, or if your feet get cracked or frostbite, you're basically out of commission. Make sure it's good footwear. Make sure that you can walk in it. Practice walking in it. I have worn these rain boots for days. They are basically maybe 3 weeks old. I have been wearing them in the yard, so I was comfortable with them because my other ones were getting worn out. So the rain boots saved my tushy. I'm telling you what, I don't know what I would have done without these rain boots. Don't get a poncho. Please do not get that $5 poncho. That I didn't have one. I did like several weeks ago, but the puppy chewed it up. So basically I was in the rain, doing everything I could to save the animals, save the property, whatever needed to be saved, whatever craziness was going on. I was basically doing it in the rain, and I changed my clothes probably 2 or 3 times because I was absolutely drenched. So get a regular raincoat. Do not count on that poncho. They obstruct your arms, they hide your face, they cover your face. I mean, they're not practical. They're great for an amusement park and, you know, walking around and looking at rides and amusements, but in a crisis situation, no. So whether this is winter and it's a blizzard or a hurricane, make sure you have the proper gear. So in the winter, I would suggest raincoats, gloves, hats, several pairs of socks. I went through socks like crazy. By the time I left here, my boot had probably 2 or 3 inches of water in it, and I had to drive like that until I got to my next destination. So, number 1, footwear and socks. Keep those feet dry, because even when you get to your destination, you're going to want to change your socks. Please make sure your children have the proper shoes and socks. What I wrote down next is that make sure you have a full tank of gas. Power might be out. This is like a basic thing, full tank of gas, but some people may not think about that. So before a storm, a blizzard, the fire is coming, you know, 15 miles away, they're giving you a warning, I hope you already have your gas, okay? Have a plan for your animals. If you have more, I don't even care if you have a hamster. Whatever you have a plan. If you have a 100-pound dog that needs to be carried out, have a plan. If you have 34 animals like I did, have a plan, okay? I would even, as difficult and complicated and what a pain in the neck it would be, maybe even situate the animals the night before, if possible. Because when you have animals, the thing that you're going to be doing is saving the animals, and it's going to be taking away from taking care of your house. So my son was taking care of as much as he could around the property and the house. I was scrambling, taking care of animals, until in the one video you see, I could not reach the chicken coop without being very, very deep in water, and I was afraid of my footing, and I didn't want to fall, and since he's taller than me, he had to go ahead and retrieve those animals. So as you can see, these are our garbage from the house. Basically, that's all mine. So you need to have a plan in place for those animals. I would suggest, before any kind of catastrophic event happens in your life, that you do a drill with your family, especially if you have little ones. Remember when you were kids and you did fire drills? There was a reason for that, so that you would be prepared. So if you have animals, I think preparing, going through with your wife, significant other, by yourself, your family, whatever, of how you're going to remove these animals, do a practice run. Just time yourself, see where you would go, what you would do, pretend like there's a crisis, and pretend water's rising, pretend a fire's coming, pretend there's a mudslide. Figure out what you would do with those animals, because that's precious time that's taking away from everything. Let's see, what else do I have down here? Make sure you have leashes ready. Make sure you have carriers ready. If your cat is scared to death to go in the carrier and you have precious moments, you better figure out how to get that cat in that carrier, or how you're going to get that cat out of the house. Okay, maybe put the cat in the carrier ahead of time. I had grabbed the puppy, Stormy, and I had put her in a kennel, and I'd actually put her on the sunken area that was we have 2 steps down, and I had actually put her in that area in the kennel, because I did not want to look for her or chase her down, and I knew that she gets under the chicken coop, And thank goodness I got her, because what if she couldn't have gotten out of the from underneath the chicken coop? And then, you know, several hours later, the water was coming into the sliding glass door where the kennel was, and I had to move her up to the next level, the 2 steps up into the foyer. And then eventually we left. By that point, it was coming too quickly. So get your animals contained, and get them contained if you have time before you don't have time. Always pack. I would pack the night before. Think about what you need. Several bras, several panties for women, socks. Your basic essentials and feminine hygiene, male hygiene, all that stuff. Grab it, put it in a bag, have your bag packed. I thought I was only going to be gone for 2 days, and as you can see, I'm not returning. So whatever I left here, thank goodness my sister is washing, because I had to grab it in garbage bags and take it over there, and she could wash it. I could only get my hanging clothes, and I had done all my laundry the day before, because I thought, oh, we'll probably lose power with a storm. So I had done all the laundry and my son's laundry the day before, and so I had really, instead of folding my shirts and everything and putting them in the dresser, I had hung them up. So only the bottom of my shirts were wet, so I was able to grab those. So I was glad about that. Just always pack something you can always unpack, but you can never really always go back and say, oh, I wish I would have grabbed that, because if you can't get back in that house for days, you're not going to get that stuff. Have food for the animals, and water ready in case you're stranded. I would also have stuff to feed them in. I was finding it very difficult to put things like a water bowl or anything, because everything was, there was nothing here. So I was scrambling for water bowls and all that kind of stuff. You need feed for the animals. So if you could get stuff, and have it ready, that would be great. If you may not have the money to even buy stuff, so make sure you have something ready for the first few days. Put stuff as high as possible. Don't count on that refrigerator. That refrigerator floats when the water's 5 feet deep. So put stuff up high as you can that's stable, that's not going to float away and not secured to the wall. Grab that cable box. Let me tell you what, cable companies are not sympathetic to your situation. I had to go in yesterday and retrieve the cable box unless I wanted to be charged $200. I said, well, it's a natural disaster. Well, we're still going to charge you $200. So grab that cable box and put it up high, or put it in your car, because they're going to charge you. Know your limits. Take a pause. If you can't keep going, you need to stop. Luckily for me, I work in the yard from morning till night. Physically, I did a lot of lifting, and I'm bruised up, scratched up, mosquito bites. I'm a mess. But you know what? I was able to do it. You're going to do lifting animals. You're going to be lifting bags of stuff. You're going to be lifting whatever you can in awkward situations, going through water. It's not going to be what you think. So if you're not physically fit, you make sure that somebody's in place that can actually help you get this stuff out. If you have a handicapped person, or you're handicapped, or you have a disability, please make sure that you are able to get yourself, your animals, and everybody safe. Go stay somewhere else if you have to until you can get back home. Afterwards, have contractor bags, garbage bags, bug spray. Oh my goodness, the mosquitoes with water that high, they were awful. They were, I would say, 50 around me at a time when I was coming back here to try and save the animals. It was terrible. So bug spray, hand sanitizer, soap, water, because if you don't have water, we have no running water here, so make sure you have some water in your vehicle to clean yourself off. And the contractor bags and the garbage bags was essential, because you're going to need them to either throw out stuff or carry stuff. Like I had to carry stuff to my sister in order for her to help me wash this stuff. I'm trying to think of what else that people may not think of. I would say just try and keep your head clear. Stay hydrated. And don't risk your life. Don't risk your life trying to save anything. Just if you comes to the point, I had to leave. So I almost didn't, a little bit longer, and I could probably not reach my car because, as you can see, this tree is down blocking the driveway, and I was parked over there in between those two trees, and the water was coming up from over there and then from the back and from the side behind me. And so I actually backed my car up and put it in front of this tree slightly so that I could get out. But then I had to walk this driveway, which was filling up, and it was up above my knees by the time I got my last load and tried to get the dogs in there. So I hope that you find this helpful. I don't want to dwell on this too much. I was just hoping that maybe some of the things I learned, some of the mistakes I made will help somebody else. I can't stress to you enough the footwear. I really can't. I mean, I've had to wear boots for days here. And thank goodness, because if I was in sneakers or anything else, it would have just been a disaster. So if it's wintertime, you're going to need winter boots. So everybody needs to take a pause and rethink their escape plans, what they're going to do with their animals. Do they have a plan? It's not what you think. Everything I had is gone. The garden is gone. I was hoping for that for food. The livestock is gone. All our food is gone. Doesn't matter if you have 50 pounds of rice or 3 pounds of rice. It's gone. Bean cans are there, but they got wet. The labels got wet. So yeah, maybe we can take the labels off, or maybe the labels are floating around. I haven't even seen them, but they're wet because that's where everything went. And I guess, do you want to play eeny, meeny, miny, mo, what you're eating? I don't, oh, is it black beans or is it, stewed tomatoes? So all that's gone. Everything in the lower part of the house, hopefully we can save some of it, like pots and pans and some dishes and stuff. I don't know at this point. But everything you prepare for, it's not what you think. It really isn't. And when it's gone, it's gone. You can't save it. But it's just stuff. So hopefully we rebuild somewhere. Rebuild our lives, basically. And I hope that this video gave you some good information and you find it helpful. So I wish everybody the best of luck. Please take a moment to think about your plan and what you're going to do. So there's the whole area where I had the animals, my new chicken coop, my sunshades, everything gone. But that's okay. The animals are, well, for the most part, I think I did darn good saving those animals. I am pretty proud of myself. My son retrieved the little picnic table. It had gone way over there in the trees. I was kind of sad to see my son gather that up, but I guess he felt he needed to. All right, everybody. That's where I was parked, and then I backed up that way and got out of here. Got out of Dodge. All right, everybody. You have a good day, and thank you for the prayers and the positive thoughts. Keep them coming, and right now we just need mental and emotional strength right now to get through this all. And thanks for watching. Have a great day.